I'm Venus, your student physical therapist. I'm going to be performing different tests on you. So right now I'm going to do a reflex test. First with a great toe. I'm going to go flex your toe downward. No reflex, so your grade is 0, it's absent. Now I'm going to do your Achilles tendon. I'm going to see if that foot moves downward. Hypoactive reflex, grade is 1+. And now we're going to do the patellar reflex. Ready? Relax. There you go. Grade is normal. And now can you lie on your back, please? And we're going to go look for the Babinski's. Oh, can you put your legs, both legs on the table? Thank you. We're going to look for Babinski's reflex. I'm going to go scrape the bottom of your foot. Your toes flex downward, so it is normal. And now we're going to do ankle clonus. I'm going to relax your foot. I'm going to stabilize your distal leg here. Ready? It bounces back once, so you're in the normal range. And now we're going to have you on your stomach. And we're going to go test for medial and lateral hamstring reflexes. I'm going to go bend your knee for you, just so that I could feel it. Grade is normal. And the lateral. Grade is normal. Thank you, Michael, for those reflex tests. All right, Michael, now I'm going to assess range of motion in your lower extremity of your hip. So I'm going to do hip extension. So the fulcrum of the goniometer is going to be at your greater trochanter. The stationary arm is going to be midline of your lateral pelvis, and your moving arm is going to be midline femur. Okay, it's at 15 degrees. And I'm going to go have you lying on your back for me. Oh, and the end feel for the hip extension is firm. Now I'm going to do hip flexion. So with the same positions of the arms and the fulcrum, I'm going to have it at the greater trochanter, the stationary arm at midline lateral pelvis, moving arm at midline femur. I'm going to go put your hip into flexion. And we're going to be at 100 degrees, and then the end feel will be soft. And now we're going to do hip abduction and adduction. So your fulcrum is going to be at the ASIS, and the moving arm is going to be midline femur, and stationary arm is contralateral to your other ASIS. Okay, so we're going to go abduct your hip there. We're going to be at 30 degrees. And now we're going to do hip adduction with the same positions of the fulcrum and the arms again. So we're going to go abduct your other leg. I'm going to take it away from the midline of your body. We're going to position the fulcrum at the greater trochanter, or ASIS. Stationary arm. Contralateral to your other ASIS, and moving arm midline femur. And now we're going to go adduct. And we're going to be at 20 degrees for that. Okay, Michael, now we're going to have you seated. And we're going to go test the range of motion of your internal and external rotation. So we're gonna do external rotation first. We're gonna have the stationary arm perpendicular to the floor and the moving arm midline femur and the fulcrum at the patella. We have you at 23 degrees. And now we're gonna do internal rotation of the hip. Same positions of the legs, or of the arms. Okay. We're gonna go in the opposite direction. We have you at 32 degrees. Okay, Michael, we're gonna do one last assessment on you. We're going to test manual muscle testing. So that's going to test for weakness in that muscle, okay? So we have you in the supine position, so have you on your back. Or side lying, actually. Can you have you on your side? I'm sorry. Okay. With your bottom leg, you're gonna go lift that up. And then try not to let me push you down into the table. Grade is 5, normal. Okay, now we're going to do the gluteus medius or minimus. Okay. Try not to let me push you down and out. Grade is 5, normal. Now we're going to do the gluteus medius. I'm gonna lift your leg. Try not to let me push you down and in. Grade is 5, normal. Now we're going to do the gluteus maximus. We're gonna have you on your stomach. I'm gonna go flex your hip and your knee. And then I'm going to try to push you down into the table. Grade is 5, normal. Now can I have you on your back in the supine position? We're gonna test the iliacus and psoas major muscles. Okay. I'm gonna have your foot inward. We're gonna have your foot outward. Try not to let me push you down and out. Grade is 5, holds normal resistance. And now we're gonna do the sartorius, which is me flexing your hip and your knee. I'm gonna try to straighten it. Try not to let me do that and push you down and inward. Grade is 5, normal. And last in this position, we're going to test the tensor fascia latae. We're gonna have your foot inward and lift. Try not to let me push you down and in. Okay. Grade is 5, normal. And last, we're gonna do medial and lateral rotators. Can you have you in a seated position? Okay. So we're going to do your medial rotator. Try to resist my bottom hand. We're gonna go push you inward. Now we do lateral rotator. I'm gonna try to push you the opposite way. All right, thank you, Michael.